Hey, welcome everybody to our live stream today. I appreciate you stopping by, joining us today. Hey, Ron Bizzle, thanks for that super sticker, man. I appreciate it. The professor, Fred Smith, Derek's in the house. Hey, LaRock's Cooking Adventures. Hey, let me give LaRock's Cooking Adventures a shout out real quick. Listen, everybody, do me a favor. Go over there and subscribe to his channel. He's got he's really, really close to getting his 1,000 subscribers. I think he's got almost 900. So he needs 100, guys. Let's help him. He's got a legitimate channel. I'm not asking you to do anything, He's got a legitimate cooking channel, man. The guy can cook. He needs our support. Let's do it. Hey, Sam Champion, what's going on, man? William Maduras, good morning. Ennis Montgomery, what's going on? He says, any news on travel? I got that up first. Ennis, I'm going to let a few people get on here. Michael Cosby, what's going on, Chriselle? John Wells, hey, John, I saw you at the resort, man. Tell us how that is, man. Hey, Dwayne. Maria Lou, hey, how you doing? Alana, Smoky Mountain Traveler. Jacob Tons, yeah, checking in from Houston. What's up, Carlos? What's going on, Vince Lawson? Nephew? You've been quiet here lately. I see Jason Flint's in the house. Regular Joe Travels. Thank you, brother. He said, happy to see you live again. I appreciate you, man, for joining me. Yeah, Chriselle is, John is at the Whispering Palms Resort. Well, he is, according to his girlfriend's Facebook. It's a nice place across in Sapah Way. It's about an 8-minute pump boat ride from here. Kim, what's going on, man? From Florida. Gregson Wong, I see you. Bobby G's in the house. Cal Dearman, all right. NTZ in the house. Good morning, Cal. You leaving Texas tomorrow. Where you going back to? Alaska, Cal? Where you going to? Stephen Bryson, what's going on? Oh, okay, the professor. Okay, Ronald Jefferson, man, good to see you back, man. I missed you. Oh, John says Whispering Palms is great. I've never been there before, John. I wanted to go there. Eric Terry, what's going on, brother? I appreciate it, man. Thanks for your help and support, brother. Yeah, the woman that won that bike, I mean, she's so happy, man. I mean it, man. Hey, thanks, Carlos. He said we're all here to help you. Well, it's got enough people on here. Let's get started. People always saying, wow, the bad news, any good news. Well, we did get some good news here in the Philippines. The Pfizer vaccine arrived yesterday, the first shipment, 193,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine arrived in Manila last night, which is Monday here in the Philippines. It's still Monday somewhere else. And that's good, but I think they're going to mostly roll that out up in Luzon, in that NCR area. But just getting some vaccines in here is a big deal. And I see where they've also asked for emergency use of that Sinopharm, that other vaccine from China, not the Sinovac. Hey, LaRock, thanks for that super sticker. Not the Sinovac, but the Sinopharm. It has a 79% efficacy rate. That Sinovac is hovering around 50%. They're not too excited about that. The Philippines they lowered their goal for herd immunity from 70 million to 50 million. And one of the reasons they did that is because, they were promised 30 million doses from India. But now that India got turned on its head, that's in jeopardy. They may not get that. Hey, Robert Sanford, what's going on? Wong Hun Lo says Moderna is heading your way. I hope we get it. Hey, Yusuf, what's going on? George Mason. So yeah, that's some good news, guys. I'm gonna tell you, because nothing but bad news in the paper about this COVID. Gregory Calhoun said, "You my man. I learned so much from you about Filipino women." Man, I tell you what, you got a lot more to learn, because I'm really a rookie, man. You can't figure these women out, man. But I give you what I got, Gregory, man. But I tell you what, you're in for some surprises, brother. Kona Ranger, what's going on? SG from Missouri City, Texas. Winch, the 3rd, 2022. I had the vaccine. There's no side effects. That's good. Man, that's great, man. Y'all talking about John. I'm going to try this one today, guys. The Loboost. It's been 4 days since I tried the tuxedo peel. Now, this Loboost, it's got it on here. It's got longer, harder, stronger. This is another product from Zul Jab in Singapore. And like I said, I don't use this stuff, but I promised him that I would, sample it, give him a real review. And this is high-end super candy, it says. Boost testosterone with the first dose. Male Vitality Formula. And it's actually candy, man. All natural ingredients. It's actually candy, guys. And my girlfriend, she's excited about it. She's really excited about this stuff. It's actually candy. But you got to take this. Let me read the directions. Because you got to follow these directions carefully, guys. You don't want that to go wrong. It says, take 1 serving, 1 piece of Loboost candy every 3 to 4 days to increase your performance on demand. Please take 1 to 2 hours before intercourse. Some individuals may experience a harmless tingling sensation, which is you attribute it to the beta-alanine. Results may vary based on individual use and are not guaranteed. Okay, so it's 1 to 2 hours before, boost your performance. We'll give it a try later, and I'll review it on my next video tomorrow. Kona Ranger says that the video game changer. Yeah, it's going to be, so far, man, I'm going to tell you that tuxedo peel really is good. Honestly, it is. It works. And the guy asked me, he said, if you don't need it, how you know it works? Well, I never went 45 minutes before either. And my girlfriend noticed the difference. This is her words, Filipinos, remember, they'll give you that makeover. They will boost you up, your ego up, even without the tuxedo peel. She said, it's so hard. It's harder. Oh, well, she said it. Smoky Mountain Mala said, with Filipinos, you don't need a pill to get the tingling feeling. Y'all got jokes today. Yeah, Eric Terry says, don't take it if you have palpitations. Yeah, absolutely, guys. I wouldn't take any of this stuff if I had high blood pressure, heart problems, anything like that. That's why I don't take it, but I'm going to do it for him. He's a good guy. Really. They said put some of that in John's 40 ounce. King Pancho said, what's the age difference between you and your old lady? Yeah, she's considered old over here, King Pancho. She's 39 now. Her birthday was the other day. So that makes 19 years, because I'll be 38. I'll be 58 in a couple of weeks. So that's not too bad, really. Remember, I can do anything a 30-year-old can do, except be 30. Cal Devin said Cal is the Maca rookie. Yeah, I am, man. Believe it or not. Yeah, Eric Terry says, yeah, take it from the medical side because he's a medical professional. James Lyons, what's going on? He says, shout out to all the fellas in the Boots on the Ground squad. Ingram Davis, John Wells, Michael Cosby, Wells Family Journey, Ron Bizzle, Cal Dedman, Timothy Bright, Sam Champion, Bobby G. Man, that's a hell of a lineup, man. That might be YouTube Hall of Fame right there. Derek Casamara says it's perfect age gap. It is, man. But, you know, I'm going to tell you something, man. As Filipinos get older, man, they get more stubborn. And that's why a lot of guys, when they come over here, man, they go for the younger girls because they got more years before that stubbornness kicks in. But, man, they can get stubborn, boy, and it'll drive you crazy. Derek says, I want to trade in my 52 Filipino for a newer model. Well, you're a good one, Derek, man. You got a 52-year-old man. I wouldn't go over 45, guys. And I know I'm being shallow, but hey, you know, guys, we go by the looks, and over here the sun beats you down. After about 45, it's going to be like this, guys. Trust me. Kona Ranger says, are they going to let vaccinated people in soon? I don't think so, man. That's just my humble opinion. Because, you know, the science isn't out. Just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't catch it. It doesn't mean you can't transmit it. Look at the guy, the basketball player for the Golden State Warriors. He had been vaccinated, both of his shots, fully vaccinated. He's NBA, you know, he's got top-notch stuff. He goes out against protocol and catches COVID again. Hey, Wells Family Journey, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, so the science isn't out yet. Smoky Mountain Mother said, let the amateurs go for the kids. Yeah, it means more for the rest of us. Yeah. You know, I would say 20, like I said, my perfect age here, if you're new here, your first time coming over, is 24 to 25. That would be my, you know, I wouldn't go any younger than that because 24, 25, they finish college. Believe it or not, a lot of the women that you're going to meet over here, they've already went to college. They're working a lot of times. They've had one or two relationships. That way they can appreciate you, man. I'm going to tell you, man, you guys who want these virgins and stuff like that, man, they're not going to appreciate you and what you're bringing to the table. Yeah, I'm worried about it. Let me see who said this, man. Steve Carter said, are you worried about peso rate? I am. And I'm going to tell you why. The longer that this stays closed, the lower it's going to go down, Steve. And yeah, I'm worried about it. But remember, I've been here before where it's been down to 41. So let's see what it is right now. I can show you. Hold on, let me get my phone. I'll show you what it is right now. It's hovering toward 48, and that's really a good thing. I mean, it's not so bad. It's 47.87. You can't see that. 47.87, about almost 48. 97420 Empire says, I'm 58 and my skin is starting to have that thin A-spot looking stuff going on. Yeah, well, you could see, man. I don't know. I got some Michael Jackson stuff going on right here with me, but yeah, I'm 50. I'll be 58. I don't give a damn, but that's because it's so hot outside. Look how dark I've gotten, guys. Remember I told you, bring some good SPF over here. You're going to need it. Really. Hey, Simply Akash is in the house. Gary T says, Professor, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. He's in a no-win situation. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Winch. I'm glad you Winchell. 2002 says I'm going to go to Brazil or DR until Phil opens up. Man, that's a great idea. Go somewhere, guys. Don't waste your summer waiting around for the Philippines to open, man. It's not going to open this summer. Don't sit around, man, because remember the video I did the other day? Get out there in nature, man. Go to Mexico. I tell you, Playa del Carmen, Mexico, go there. It's safe, man. It's beautiful. It's cheap. Stay there for a couple of weeks, man. Go to Cartagena, Colombia. If you're afraid of going to Colombia, Cartagena, Colombia is only 90 miles from the United States. You know, believe it or not. Oh, yeah, Buffalo Dan, he says, getting dark for us is our natural sunscreen. Not over here, brother. I hate to tell you. It will burn you, and I don't care if you're purple black over here. It's going to burn you, man, and you're going to get sunburned. You're going to start cracking on the top of your head, your nose, your shoulders. This sun over here is no joke. Chriselle said Calvin's 58 and he looks young. And that's genes, Chriselle. It's nothing I had to do with that. If in fact, because I think you're giving me that Filipina makeover again. Yeah, Kona Range. He said Mexico's open, guys. Because I'm gonna tell you guys, don't waste your time. Here's what the Philippines is focused on right now. Over 900 mask violators have been arrested and put in jail, man, here in the Philippines. I promise you, man, go on to Manila Times right now. They're locking you up in Manila and NCR area if you were wearing your mask the wrong way, guys. Come on now. This would let you know all you need to know about the Philippines and whether it's going to open. I promise you, man. If you got your mask on, you know, and not covering your nose, they're going to arrest you and lock you up. Hey, Angie, happy Tuesday. Thank you. Dave Koo says I'll be in Thailand next month to PI. That's a great idea, man. Go somewhere, guys. Malaysia if it's open. Indonesia if it's open. Vietnam is open. I guarantee you, they don't have very few cases. King Pancho said, black don't crack even in the Philippines. No, it don't work over here, man. You gonna crack. Your black ass is gonna crack over here. I promise you. This is not Houston, Texas, man. I keep telling y'all. Professor says, cover that nose. Kid Carib says, hey, hi, Calvin, what's the latest on your visa situation? Are you going to stay in the Philippines? I'm off to Barbados for 2 weeks for a little fun in the sun. Man, thank you, Tim. And that's a great idea, too, Barbados. I still got a few months. Now, next week, I'll be in immigration. And I'm going to ask them, because I was told I could extend for 6 months after my 3 years is up, which should give me enough time for everything to clear up over here, make my run and come back. J.A. said, good. Lock all the Pan-African, fake conservative, anti-vaxxers, non-mask wearing rebels up. I tell you what, they're locking them up, man, over here, man. And I tell you what, it's funny, man. I mean, but Fred Smith said, Gregory Calhoun, I think CP is not better than Filipino Cuba, in my opinion. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Which one is CP? Because remember, man, the same women are on all the dating sites, guys. Don't fool yourself. Hey, guys, hit the like button. It's 196 people, 59 likes. Chriselle says the current mentality won't work here. Prepare 5,000 pesos when we refuse to wear a mask because your freedom is deprived. Absolutely. And Chriselle, you almost hit on what I'm getting ready to talk about. You must be reading my mind over here. But it's true. Yeah, they're locking people up. Oh, yeah, Jason Flint said that, Calvin, during COVID, you would think they would be trying to help you out, but oh well. Yeah, see, my thing is the jail, the gym, these are places where COVID hangs out. This is their hangout spot, man. Why would you lock somebody up and put them in jail only to catch COVID. Oh, okay, Gregory Calhoun. He said, Christian Filipino. Don't buy that, guys. They're religious over here, but once you shut that door behind closed doors, you know, they throw that Bible away. Trust me, I'm telling you now. They'll put it in the, they'll take it, they'll put it in the drawer. Okay, Elder Dwayne Hall. Now, this is good news. He said, yes, Calvin, you can get an overstay visa. When I go and apply, I will let you know the outcome. I'll go to Manila Immigration in July. Thank you, Elder. I really, really appreciate that. That's great news, man. I really appreciate that. Clayton Mary's here. Yep, Professor says hit the like button. Kona Ranger said, I can't wait to get over there and have an Irish coffee with John and a coffee with you. Yeah, I got my coffee today, but I'm here to tell you guys that Friday, I'm starting my 30-day no sugar, man. So I'm addicted to sugar. And excuse me, if you don't think sugar's addictive, try to stop eating sugar. I don't care if it's added sugar, refined sugar. It's about one of the most addictive drugs, and it's a drug. Once you get off of it, you're going to see, I've done it before, I do it from time to time. You will see the effects, the withdrawal symptoms, the headaches, everything that you're going to have, man. Let me say this, I'm going to put this out here right now. If they made sugar illegal, people be out here stealing, robbing, selling their bodies for sugar, man, because it's that addictive, man. Honestly. Chris L says you can use stevia to replace sugar or equal. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to look in, because I know they sell a stevia here, Chris L, and that's a great idea, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I wasn't for sure if I could find it here. Jason Flint says when you stop sugar, it gives you a headache for like a week. Then all is good. I know. I've done it before, but yeah, that's withdrawal symptoms, man. You'd be shocked, man, how addicted we are to sugar. They'll addict you to sugar, and then they'll tell you how bad it is for you. Wow. James B said, put a little salt in your coffee. Is this real? Is that true or is that the joke? Texas Troy, what's up? 97420 Empire says salt, sugar is fat. Big three additives. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. But I'll tell you what. Hey, Tennessee traveler. Good morning. Good evening to you. This sugar's addicting, man. Adam Chenoweth says, is PI food more sweet or salty? Both. They like their spaghetti is sweet. They put sugar in everything, and then of course you got the salty side with that dried fish, shrimp paste. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no in between. It's either sugary sweet or bitter salt, man. Sam Champion, let's see. Phil Cooper, what's going on? Phil, you said on the sugar, what different things are you looking to eliminate? I know last year I cut the sugar and all carbs. I lost 40 pounds. Wow. I could use this again. Good luck. Yeah. I lost 15 pounds in 30 days when I quit sugar when I was back at home in the States. Chriselle says she stopped drinking soda years ago. And if you really want to drop the weight, stop drinking Coke. It's addictive too. Any soda. I can't drink it. It fills me up. And that's true. Okay, he's talking about, yeah, Jason Flint says you can get past the sugar hangover, you'll be okay. Let me see. This guy says something about honey. See, I just don't want that sweet because, see, honey and any of that stuff is really just going to make me want to have sugar. Even the stevia. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to let it all go for a month. Believe it or not, Regular Joe Travel said, Calvin, I lost 35 pounds in 1 month doing 1 meal a day and cutting all carbs and sugars. I do fasting. What did we do long ago? See, but I'm going to tell you, man, I don't know how old you are, Regular Joe. I need, me being my age 57, might as well say 58, I need protein, carbs, and fat, an equal amount of good fat, good carbs, and good protein. I don't want to cut it all out, but I do want to get rid of sugar. Hey, Ty Sanders, what's going on, man? How's your channel coming, brother? Ty Sanders. He's married to a Filipino. He lives in Chicago, I believe. He's got a channel. Check him out. Yeah, Scott Anderson says, stevia is about 100 to 300 times sweeter than table sugar, but it has no carbohydrates, calories, or artificial ingredients. It's like, near beer, that non-alcoholic beer. See, I don't drink anymore, so I won't even drink that. I know some guys who kick the bottle, drink that near beer, and that's like stevia would be for me. The more I drink that stevia and get that sweet taste, the more I'm going to want the real sugar. So I think I'm just going to quit it all. Now, when I get out my 30 days, will I go to stevia? Yeah. But yeah, that near beer, it's almost like that. Jeff Dingle says both salt and sugar are dangerous for us. I lost 70 pounds in 4 months by not eating it. Only eats fruits, vegetables, and some meat. I feel amazing. Yeah, I hear you, brother. That's true. Regular Joe Travis said, Calvin, fat and proteins are good. Carbs turn into sugar in your body, brother. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, you're right. I just want to break my addiction to sugar, Regular Joe Travels. I'm not really, I'm not doing it for, to lose weight or anything. James Lyons says, Calvin, too much sugar is bad, but your body burns it very well. Thanks, brother, for that. Smoking Mountain Model says, hey, Calvin, do what works for you. And I am, man. I just, from time to time, I need to moderate, man. I don't moderate, believe it or not. Oh, congratulations, Ty Sanders. He said the wife had our son, so haven't been on lately, but we'll be back this week on my channel. Hey, congratulations, brother. Adrian Fernandez, what's worse, sugar or sodium? Oh, my God. Don't bring that up, Adrian, man. It's sodium. They put it in everything, and then they tell you, oh, it's not good for you. Well, hell, you can't escape it. Oh, wow. Edwin Brown said meat has sugar in it. Yeah, that's why when you cook it, it becomes brown. It's in everything. Truman Lucci says, Calvin, speaking of honey and sugar, tell your honey you quit sugar because you are sweet enough. Man, she tells me that all the time, but of course they give you that makeover, man. You don't know after a while. We've been together for 2 years, but they put it on thick, Yeah, Christopher Leroy said stop eating processed food. That's one thing I've stopped doing a lot over here because they got so much fresh food and vegetables, fruits and vegetables. And even your fish comes right out of the ocean, man, Regular Joe Travel said, hit the like button, guys. Come on. Gregory Calhoun said, how often do you work out? You look good, Sunshine. I work out just about every day. I ride my bike every single day, but then I take 2 days off on my routine that's on my channel. I do that later on today. That no equipment, no problem home workout that I do for men over 50, man. I mean, it works. I got it from, I can't think of this guy's name, and I'll be ashamed of myself. He's the one started me on this thing. I'll give it to my subconscious and let it figure it out. But thanks, Gregory. Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, man, since I've been over here. Sam Champion said best advice is to start reading the ingredient labels. Man, I tell you what, that is a workout in itself, Sam. Chriselle says workout is important. But see, in the Philippines, because the weather, remember I was telling you about what happened to me. See, the weather allows you to get out all the time. See, in the winter, man, you know we get the cabin fever over there. It's too cold to come outside, snow and ice on the ground. And a lot of people, man, suffer from depression in that winter. But when you get over here, you can go out every single day. And getting out in nature is good for you. It's about as good of a medication as anything. I'm not on any medication. Scott Anderson said, hey, Sunshine, when you get back to USA, go get the RMNA, Pfizer or Moderna back and book for the second one when you can, as the fields August, October will be open to all who are vaccinated. Wow. Where'd you hear that from, Scott? That's great news, really. I mean, that would really be nice. That way, I won't have to leave. I'll just go to Guam and come back. Marcel says I spend 2 hours grocery shopping because I read and Google all the ingredients. Yeah, I tell you. You can't pronounce that stuff. And that's what Smoky Mountain Marlin says. If you can't pronounce the words on the label, don't eat it. It's all kind of stuff behind that, man. Clayton Mary said, did you know, Calvin, when you make love to your woman, you're feeding her a lot of good vitamins because her body absorbs all of that? My girlfriend enlightens me on that. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's for sure. 97420 Empire says Pfizer just got approved for kids. Wow. Now that's great news. My next video is going to be on gullibility insurance for foreigners when they come here to the Philippines. Whether you're going to stay for 2 weeks or you're going to be here as an expat, you need gullibility insurance. It's like liability insurance that cities have, governments have, corporations have. Even doctors and lawyers have malpractice insurance. We need gullibility insurance that's going to protect us, guys, from a lot of the foolishness over here, the games people play over here, and then from ourselves, from our ignorance, man, And I would say put aside at least $1,000, man. But my advice on the video is going to be $2,000. That's 100,000 pesos. That will make a lot of things disappear over here. Because, we need to be protected against, because while we're over here, remember, even if we're on vacation or staycation, we're intertwining with the lives of locals. And anything can happen. And over here, expect the unexpected. You're going to have to pay for the motorcycle, the hospital bill, maybe even the funeral, guys. So you need this gullibility insurance. It's liability insurance for foreigners, guys. But it's really a serious, kind of funny, but it's true. You need that, guys. Put that money to the side. Don't play with that. All right? Young Timer says, hey, Calvin, I was in Louisville, Kentucky yesterday. I thought about you and your YouTube channel. Hey, thanks, man. Now, even in a little crazy country town like Louisville, Kentucky, killing has gone crazy. Last year, almost 200 murders in that little country town. I had to get out of there. Sam Champion says, one way a lot of people are going to lose weight is the fact that it's going to be hot in the Philippines. You would definitely sweat a lot, which is a natural way to lose weight. Absolutely. And then, you're going to be eating right because a lot of your comfort foods aren't going to be over here. And try to cook your own foods over here, guys. Have your girlfriend cook it or somebody cook it for you, man. Don't be eating at these restaurants all the time. You're going to get sick, man. Bobby G. Yeah, Adrian Fernandez said, Kentucky and Alabama are wild these days. I don't know. You know, country bumpkins down there are going crazy, man. Tennessee Traveler says, Sunshine Shows, you get your voice set up. I haven't, man, but I promise you, man, if I put it in here, you'll see where I've been looking at it. Hey, Scott McMahon, thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Calvin, you have a mostly good, dedicated following. Folks trust you. Keep giving the nitty gritty. Hey, man, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate it. And I'm glad of that, man. You know, without my viewers and subscribers, man, let's face it, man, I'm nothing. And I know it. I'm 57, be 58, man. I know that for a fact. I would never take that for granted, man. I just give you what I've learned, man. I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all. But I've been here on and off for 12 years. I can help you. I've got a unique perspective. I just try to share it, man. I think people who have been over here, they know that I'm not talking BS a lot of times, man. A lot of times, it's more than just my view. It's reality, man. But thank you for that. Oh, yeah, Winchell 2022 says, feels like the DR. Whoever has the most money is at fault in an accident, i.e. foreigners. Absolutely. You know, but see over here, even if you're committed of a crime like murder or something like that, they'll give you a chance to settle with the family. If you got enough money, man, you can walk. Hey, the professor, thanks for that super chat. He said, never sugarcoated. LOL, since we're talking about it, man. It won't do you any good, Professor. Thank you so much again for the super chat. It's not going to do you any good. I don't want you to come over here and get your head busted. I want you to have a great time, man. You don't come 8,000 miles halfway around the world to have a good time, man. Your time here should be great. If I got anything to do with it, it's going to be a great time, man. That's why I say I give you, you know, suggestions. It's not advice, suggestions. Come over here and meet a woman, man. Don't get online, man. You're limiting yourself. A tiny percentage of women online. Hey, Zorba Dundee said, Clayton Mary, it was so hard at the start, but with good training and very disciplined and eating the right food and the right carbs, and I drink green tea with honey, it helps. Heaps. Balut John Baker says, I'm 57. My wife is 30 years old. Our son is 5 years old. That's about a good combination over here, Balut. And you know I'm not lying. That's a good combination. But, you know, once they get somewhere around, because I'm going to do a video on it somewhere down the line, your Filipina eventually becomes your grandmother, man. And, you know, it'll drive you crazy. That's why you may want to start younger, 24, 25, and that way you have more years with her before she turns into your grandmother, because she's going to turn into your grandmother. And all this care that she's giving you is going to drive you nuts, man. She's going to start nagging, you know, it's time to eat, you know, and you're in here doing something else. Then you come in and, the food is ready, you know, and all that. Hey, Steve Bryson, thanks for asking that. That's next on my list. He says, how's the new house coming along? We just got the plans for a 52 square meter house. I put it on my Facebook page. And it's really a nice house. It's our first phase because we leaving it open to add to it. And I know a lot of people say, I'll make it bigger than that, man. Look, that's a typical Filipino house. I don't have a lot of money, guys. You got to understand that. We're working with a budget. And with, you know, when you work with an engineer over here, he puts his fee in there and all that. You know, $1 million pesos don't go a long way. But it's our first house over here. The land is what's most important. That lot, we got that, you know, and now, you know, we'll have him build that. And I'm going to bring y'all right along with it. Then with the materials left over, we're going to build the guest house. It's going to be nice, but I'm going to let Sam Champion, I'm going to let he's got some nieces over here in the Philippines. I'm going to let them design that just to give them some business, you know, during the pandemic. But thanks for that Stephen Bryson, yeah, the question. Yeah, we just got the plans back. So he's already applied for the building permit. And once he gets that, I think he says he's going to get that next week. We're going to start. And then he's going to need, they want 1/3 down. So I got to come up with about $7,000 quick and in a hurry, but I should be able to do that. Hey, Philippines, my paradise. What's up, Ned? It's another great live stream, my dear Calvin. Good luck to you, your family, and all your supporters, Ned. Again, I tell you, I go on Philippines, my paradise. Ned is the flip side of me. I give you the nitty gritty. Ned's more like a sophisticated type of, he gives you the same type of information on the Philippines. It's just, more sophisticated for, people who love to read, who like to, where I don't have drones and fancy footage and stuff. But I'm going to eventually evolve into not a drone, but, walking around, going different places. When it opens up, man, it is limited over here where you can go. We got an 8 o'clock curfew, and they're strict about it. But check Ned's channel out, guys. And remember, LaRock Cooking Adventures, he's right here, guys. He's right here to get his 1,000. And that's really important once you get your 1,000, because he's almost got his 4,000 watch hours, see, so that lets you know he's got a legitimate channel. He just doesn't have the subscribers, because the watch time hours, it will determine whether or not your channel is going to monetize, and it'll tell you whether you've got a good channel or not, because that's a lot of watch time hours. Really. Jaman says, do not take the COVID shot, bruh. Man, I'm going to have to disagree with y'all now. I'm going to take it because I want my freedom, man. Believe it or not. Hey, Frank Ellis, good to see you, brother. LaRock's Cooking Adventure says I put salt in my Corona. See, I don't drink anymore. Gregory Calhoun says, hey, Sunshine, I'm 56 years old. I was told I would have more success with a Filipino my age. Is that true? Yeah, if you want somebody's grandmother, man, the women, all you got to do is go on my Facebook, and I love the women I went to school with. But see, I'm not ready for the rocking chair yet. The women in America that are 56, man, they just, they're grandmothers, man. I'm a grandfather, but hell, I still got my, I'm still walking in my big black boots over here, man. I ain't ready for that. But yeah, you come over here and you get a 56-year-old, man, she's going to look 70. Don't do it, Greg. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just telling you how the sun over an amount of years will beat you down. And remember, women mature mentally and physically faster than a man. So that's why a lot of times, if I'm 58, I'm just saying I'm 58. My girlfriend's 30 now. We get along so well. A 58-year-old, oh, she would drive me crazy over here. I couldn't do nothing. She, like I said, they turn into your grandmother pretty soon. I guess maybe I got a few more years, man, then I may have to pack it up. But I already have one grandmother. I don't want another one. But yeah, they eventually turn into your grandmother, and depending on what type of person you are, that sort of behavior drives me crazy. It's henpecking. They will henpeck you to death. I promise you that. Zorba Dundee says, I was just talking about this, Zorba Dundee. He said, I saw on the news, if you don't wear your mask properly there, they can send you to jail. Is that true, Calvin? I was a bit shocked. That was the second thing I said. Yeah, they've already arrested over 900 people. It's true. China says, when does the Filipino have menopause? Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, because I've only met one woman who's went through that. But she was young. She was 43. Let's see. She was 43 when it happened. Now, I don't know. Is that for all Filipinos? I don't know. So I can't really answer that, China, but I can tell you from my one experience, she was the first woman I met when I came over. She was 41. about as beautiful as any woman I'd ever seen up to that time. And a couple of years later, she told me, yeah, I saw her at the mall. She had gained weight. She was still beautiful, but she had gained weight and everything. She said, yeah, I'm going through menopause. And I was shocked. Elder Dwayne Hall says, you can also get a retirement visa 50 plus. All you need is 10,000 US in the bank. Your pension is 1,000 or more a month. Money cover in case you will have a medical. Oh man, yeah, that sounds good. See, right now, if they would give me, because a lot of times it's from what I was reading, it's a deposit or an investment. I wonder if they would give me credit for this land and house that I'm investing in. I don't think they will, because I can't own land. But what about the house? I'm going to check on that when I go. When I go to immigration next week, because I really don't want to leave here, man. I really don't. 97420 Empire says, after menopause, women's hormones change. It is a very real change that some women do not handle well. Absolutely, but I'm just telling you from the behavior. Filipino women, man, they're going to try to henpeck you anyway. But it gets worse as your relationship gets older and she gets to know you better, man. And see, I'm not gonna be henpecked. I'm not gonna be tied down like that. I didn't leave America where I was henpecked to come over here and be henpecked. I'm not gonna do it. Frank Ellis said it. He said, shit, American women in their 40s look like grandmothers. Well, I mean, the sun has a profound effect on skin over here. It will wrinkle you up, man. I'm gonna tell you, you'll be shocked at some of the people over here you see. You'll be like, you think in their 60s and 70s, man, they be in their 40s and 50s. These are the ones that work outside, of course. What's this? T-Middy Man says, Western women just say no. Gary T says, do you buy bottled water or do you use a water filter? Or do you boil water before you drink it? We buy bottled water, filtered water for our daughter, but we buy it filtered from the filter station, Gary, and it's no problem. It won't bother you. It's good. I've been using it on and off for 12 years. But don't boil anything. John was boiling his water out of the faucet, and he was getting sick. He couldn't figure out where it's coming from till he told me that. Steve Bryson says, I love your pantry giveaways. I congratulate on all of them. Help a homeless family today and thought about you. Thank you, Stephen Bryson. It's something I came up with. They got community pantries over here, but from what I've been reading, people have been dishonest. You're supposed to take what you can afford, bring back what you need. But they're saying that people who don't need it are going there taking stuff. So what I do is I go out and I buy rice, I buy groceries, and I've created a spin wheel. And I put the Filipino subscribers in there. And I call it Electronic Community Pantry. And it's really been successful, man. And thank you, man. I'm glad that you noticed that, because every little bit over here helps. I mean, really, man. And what we're trying to do, Sunshine Shoulders, I'm just trying to bridge the gap. I'm not going to take them all the way through the pandemic, but if I can take them from Monday through Friday and then somebody else picks them up on Friday, I've done my job, man. China says, are the Philippines having successful bicycle lane? Not in San Carlos, but I like it here because there's not much traffic. But you have to go to Manila, Cebu, one of those places. Now, I didn't see. Now, do they preach it? Yeah, I've seen commercials. But it's dangerous on the road here in the Philippines. Whether you're on a bike or you're in a car, man, the most dangerous place you can be in the Philippines is on the road. But in San Carlos, it's just no traffic. That's why I like it. Scott Anderson says, Sunshine, if you're going for the vac, stick with the, let's see what he says, with the mRNA versions, as they allow your immune system to work the way it's supposed to, and just passing the signature of COVID and spike attack to kill it. Okay, yeah. He said, and he also goes on to say the side effects people get from the mRNA vax are just the immune system sending out the signature to watch for all the cells making. That takes 24 to 48 hours. That's good news because I'm going to take it, man. I'm not one of those conspiracy buffs. I'm going to take it. I've been taking vaccines my whole life, man. Here I am still here at 58, man. Come on, guys. We're in 2021, it's the age of information. I mean, if they want to kill us, hell, just keep us locked down. Eventually, we'll all die. The wonders of life makes me wonder. He said, menopause, one word. See, when we say words, and I'm glad you say that, when we say words slowly, we can really get the true meaning of them. And my best one that I always tell people to say slow is Social Security. We always say Social Security, but instead of saying Social Security, then you get the meaning of that, man, when you say it slow like that. You know, Social Security. But yeah, menopause, yeah. They're going to put your butt on pause. Benny G said Calvin is building material skyrocketed there as they did in the USA. Absolutely. Everything is skyrocketed here, Benny G. The engineer said that, especially here in St. Carlos, he's going to have to go to the Bacolod to get a lot of the materials. Now, he's probably doing that, you know, so he can earn more money. You know, the less he spends, the more goes into his pocket. But yeah, it has. Everything has. Especially chicken, man. Chicken is just, I don't even know how a regular Filipino can afford to eat chicken now. It's so expensive, man. When I first got here in St. Carlos, this was only like when I first got back to St. Carlos about 8 months ago. Chicken was like $160 a kilo. That's like $199. Yeah. Wells Family Journey said, yes, that pantry is amazing. Thank you, man. You know, it's just something I came up with. I put a spin on it. That way, and no pun intended when I say I put the spin on it by using that spin wheel, because now, you know, the spin wheel, the universe is going to choose the winner, and every single time, man, these people are really needed. I mean, one little family, man, they came from, because see, St. Carlos has a big city marker, man. It stretches way out. That's why it's bigger than Dumaguete. This young lady and her husband, they came from almost 2 hours away. I was shocked. They thanked me from the time they got her to the time they got home. She said, sir, we really didn't have nothing. See, so I let the spin wheel do it, man. Zorba Dundee says, the bottled water that you can chill affordable as I would need 4 big bottles a week. Yeah, it's very cheap. You can get 6 liters. They come in them 6-liter bottles for 85 pesos. So if you bought 4, so 85 pesos, that's what? That's not even, that's about $1.50. Yeah. 97420 in price. I like eggs. Have they gone up in price a lot too? Yeah, they've gone up, but not as much as chicken. And you would think, well, hell, it's the same thing. But eggs here, for a dozen eggs that we buy in the grocery store, it's 78 pesos per dozen. So what's that? $1.50. So I guess, yeah, that is expensive over here. Remember, when I go in the grocery store here, guys, nobody's in there. You know, they mostly go to the market where they can buy 1 egg if they need it, or 2. See, but you go in a grocery store, man, you better have your money, man. You better have some money. The Wonders of Life has me one. He says, Calvin, I would suggest taking a piece of that peel to see what the effects are before taking the rest of it. Yeah, It's a piece of candy, and it's got some different things in it. Yeah. Wells Family Journey says, wow, 2 hours away for groceries. That's amazing, just for the help in groceries or 1,000 pesos. Absolutely. And it was a little bit over 1,000. I'm thinking it was like 1,200 pesos, something like that. Because sometimes I try to get the same thing, but sometimes it depends. If they're a young couple and they tell me they got kids, I'll get like a milk and a Milo, which is like a hot chocolate breakfast drink for kids. But yeah, you'll be shocked. See, remember I'm telling you something, the Filipino government does this, and the people take this lead from the government. They want you to think everything's okay over here. And see, the people will show you that too. If you land in the Philippines right today, it will shock you. You'll think, there's no pandemic here. There's nobody starving here. Everything's okay. But really, when you go behind that curtain, man, you're going to see what's really going on, man. The Philippines is not far away from panic mode. They're probably in panic mode right now. They're not going to show it because that 30 million doses of vaccine they're supposed to get from India is in jeopardy of getting here now because India has been turned on its head. Where are you going to replace 30 million doses over here, man? See, but they're never going to, they will probably be the best poker players in the world because they're not going to show their hand. But I'm over here. I know what I'm seeing. See, this is nitty gritty stuff I'm giving you. That's why I pumped up my help. As my channel has grown, my help has grown because I know, I see it, man. Stephen K says, I'm waiting for the next crypto collapse. I was watching something last night, Stephen K, on this guy from Canada. They think he faked his death. 215 million in cryptocurrency is missing. And this guy was a genius. And they're doing a documentary on it. I tried to find the documentary. I can't find it. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I'll check that. But the way it was brought to me, remember I told you the other day I don't fool with it because it was brought to me like network marketing. And that's what they were talking about on that. You got to watch out. A lot of it is a Ponzi scheme. I guess the Bitcoin and some of the more well-established ones may not be, but I'm just too old, man, to put anything in there like that. I'm just going, my mother said, just save your money. Shit. Way I'm China says brown out. Brown eggs are out. No, Philippines, now they have sales on brown eggs here because nobody eats them. So if you go in the grocery store, you'll get, they'll tape them together. You'll get 2 for the price of 1. Morgan Lloyd says, don't mean to change the subject, but will Sunshine Shoulders continue? You have to leave the Philippines for a little while. Absolutely, because see, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to spread a little love, a little joy, a little happiness throughout the world during the pandemic. And that's really what I'm doing. I just changed it to the Philippines because I knew I wasn't going nowhere. But absolutely, it's going to continue to go on because somebody needs help, man. We all need help. Hey, Lynn, San Diego 102, you just got off from work? Michael Dorsonville, he said, hey, Calvin, what's going on, brother? Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. That's my brother from Zamboanga, man. Let them know Zamboanga is not a bad place, is it, Michael? Yeah, Frank Ellis. I'm too old to be taking them kind of chances now. What I tell my son, 9 and 10, to look into it, yeah. Lynn San Diego 102 says, I heard they have some good Pinoy restaurants in National City, right? Absolutely. Well, Lynn, where you live in San Diego, it has the United States, the most Filipino, immigrants or settlers in all the United States. is in your area. And they've got a lot of stuff, you know, what they call it, the little Philippines or something now. China says, where do you buy crypto? Where do you keep your crypto? It's electronic. It's virtual, and that's what scares me about it. This guy says, I just watched your 3 Eyes video. It wouldn't allow comments, so I emailed you. I wonder why. Let me see. Thanks for that. But let me see. There's a lot of comments on there now. And I'm glad you brought this up, because somebody told me yesterday, they said, hey, you're, okay. No, it's got comments. It's letting you comment, Mr. Knight. But sometimes, guys, when you make a comment on my channel, I don't know why, it'll erase it. It'll delete it, and I don't know why. It even happens to my staunchest supporters. It even happened to John. It's not me censoring anybody. I want your feedback, good and bad. It helps me grow. You know, I would never censor anybody. Now, if you attack me, I'm going to get rid of it. But anything because you disagree, hell, that don't mean nothing. We still get along. Hey, Lynn, yeah, just got off from work. Thanks for your support. Mike Harris, Versace. I bought some Versace. Let me show you something, guys. I'll show you. Now, don't laugh at me. But this is one of my favorite Versace colognes. And I got it in Bacolod. See, you can get the real deal stuff in Bacolod if you in their mall. Because Bacolod's a big city. It's like Cebu. I added it to my expat alley. I really like Bacolod. Lynn, San Diego 102. I said, yeah, the naval station, right? No, it's just, I don't know why, but the majority of Filipinos in America, they live in, that has the greatest concentration, let me say it like that, of Filipinos in America. It's in San Diego. That's why you see all that stuff there. Seafood City, Jollibee, you see, all of that. It's almost like, in Chicago, they've got like a Chinatown. They've got like a Filipino town in Chicago too. Believe it or not. Stephen K said that's old school. But I'm going to tell you, yeah, it is, Stephen. And they stopped making it. You can't find this in America. If you can, I tell you what, it is, it's hard to find. So when I saw it here, I bought it because it's really, really good. Yeah, Frank says, oh, yes, it's legit, Lynn San Diego 102. She said the Versace cologne looks legit. Oh, it's a real deal. This isn't, I wouldn't get it from one of them stalls or nothing like that. No, this is the real deal. They got everything. They got, what's that guy's name? Ford. They got everything. Frank Ellis said, once you hit the big 50, 5-0, it's time to get serious. Yeah, about your money, man. I can't be taking no chances. That's why I quit gambling at the casino, man. Even though I was winning, overall I lost. But I was on the winning streak when I got here. I haven't gambled in almost 3 years. Because I was like, I don't know where I heard this from. He said, but one of the comedians said this. It was getting to the point for me that my retirement was going to be, spilling some water in Walmart and slipping and falling and breaking my ankle. That was my retirement plan, till I got serious, like Frank Ellis said. Oh, okay. Mike Jones said Belize isn't too expensive compared to U.S. I had a friend, he's a school teacher in my hometown right now. He lived there for a couple of years. He said it's really nice. Lynn San Diego 102 says, I've seen it at the specialty perfume stores here for colognes that have been semi-retired. Yeah, it's been semi-retired where I live. Bruce Dow, my own Boomtalk, Pope Calvin. Thank you. Yeah, they locking up people, man. They getting real serious over here. China says, what happens to the crypto if accounts are hacked like the USA are under attack by cyber gangs? Do you get the crypto back when the system is stored? Well, according to this documentary I'm looking at, people cannot get their money. They've lost their life savings a lot of times. And the other day, they brought it to me. The guy says, the more money you put in there, I think he said something like, what did he say? I could access, okay, if I put in 1,000, they were going to make it 3,000 in the crypto, and I could access that extra 2,000 in 30 months. Well, hell, what network marketing scheme lasts 30 months? They usually last 30 days, and you don't hear about it anymore. So many people have come to me with network marketing schemes, man. Oh, that's great news, Lynn. She says, well, I think somebody else said this. Calvin, CDC just approved COVID for kids 12 and older in California. Wow. But see, I asked my son yesterday, because I'm going to get him in Zamboanga, is he going to be okay taking that swab test? He's 9, and he's got to go through that, man. He says, here's what he said, typical 9-year-old. He said, yeah, Daddy, I'll take it as long as it don't hurt. Well, too bad, buddy. Oh, okay, Scott Anderson said, cryptos are a modern version of a failed currency system that existed before 1913 central bank system. I'm for change. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against change. But, you know, when you talk about putting money in these virtual banks and this virtual currency and all of that, and I'm just too old, really. You know, I don't, you know, they talk about this blockchain and this, all this stuff. It just scares me. It's too complicated. But they've got this guy talking about it on TED, on TED, because that's one of my favorite YouTube channels I watch. Is it TEDx or something? But anyway, he's talking about it on there, so I thought, well, maybe it must be legit. Stephen K says if your wallet is compromised, your crypto is gone. So you have to have at least 2 layers of security. 2-factor authentication is an important layer. Yeah, everybody's doing that now. I got that on my phone and everything. Yeah, Scott Anderson said lots of money can be made, you know, from the hype. But see, one thing about investments that a lot of people like me, they don't have the patience. You know, I was reading the other day on Yahoo, if you would have invested 1,000 in Bitcoin 10 years ago, well, hell, how many of my friends are going to put 1,000 up and let it just sit there? Let's be honest. They're going to go in there a minute. Hell, they run out of gas. They're going to get that 1,000 parts of it. And those are the ones, you know, you got to have patience, man. And when you pour, man, you know, saving is hard to do. I hate to tell you. Winchell 2002 says you don't want your Filipino around a bunch of Westernized Filipinos, right? Absolutely. You preaching to the choir. I did a whole video on that. Because we love Filipinos for a reason, guys. We don't want a Filipino in America. We want a real Filipino. The only real Filipinos are over here. They're not in America. There's no real Vietnamese in America. Because America's going to change you. You know, I hate to tell you that, but it is. And, you know, you're right. And that's part of the seasoning process that happens to your Filipino when you take over there. The first mistake we make, guys, we're trying to be good. We take them to church, you know, to the Catholic Mass, That's where you make your first mistake. That's where she meets these Westerners. And I mean, they're more Western than Americans, because Filipinos do nothing. They're going to go all the way. And I'll say it now, and I'll say it 100 times. Had my first experience with Filipinos been in America instead of over here, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I mean, it was ugly. I did not like them. The good thing I already had 5 years under my belt by the time I met those Filipinos over there, man. I mean, it was shocking to me. I could not believe it. The contrast, it's like night and day, man. You don't want that. Christopher Leroy said, crypto is one more way the government can track us. As if they need another way to track us, man. But see, that's one good thing about being in the Philippines. I promise you, there's places over here that you can get off the grid because they don't have all the fancy stuff we got in America, like your license plate, that strip on the back. That's all your information, that's tracking device, all your credit cards, even your car, everything. But over here, see, they're not that sophisticated. You can throw away your cell phone, and I promise you, you can send the U.S. SEALs after me, the Navy SEALs after me over here. They will not find me. I guarantee you that. They will not find me over here. I promise you. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for that super chat. He said, if you were single and could go anywhere in the Philippines you wanted, which island and city would you choose? Good question. But I'm going to tell you, because, I'm going to say Cebu Island, man, because Cebu just has so many places, man. Not just Cebu City, but the island. And in my humble opinion, they have the most beautiful women. But, you got, in Cebu, you got Camotes Island. You got Bantayan Island. You got Malapascua. You got Malboa. You got so many places around this Cebu, man. You could just stay on Cebu Island. You wouldn't have to go nowhere else. See? And then, Cebu is centrally located. 45-minute flight to Boracay, hour and a half to Panglao, Bohol. But if I just stay on that one island, Cebu, man, I mean, hands down, you go north or you go south, it's something to do there, man. Good question. That's a good question. Lynn San Diego 102 says, trust your gut. And I do. See, that's, what's she saying? Let me read this. I hate this thing when it jumps over there like that. I'm sorry, guys. It always does that to me. Well, she says, trust your gut. I can't find it. It says, Calvin, your white shirt looks crisp and clean. When you said you're particular with your stuff, I believe you. Yeah, I am. And I got that from when I was little. When you only got one or two shirts, you're going to be particular with your stuff, Lynn. And, but my mother, she taught us that. My mother, when my father left, my mother did everything for us. We didn't have to do anything. So, she could iron and put a crease and everything. So when you move out and you come on your own, you got to do it yourself. And I just picked up from what my mother taught us. But yeah, I'm very particular about stuff like that. He says the money is cash is king. Absolutely. Calvin tried Paco Rabanne 1 million. It's fire. I already did. I had that, Lynn. And I bought it over here, but I used it up in 2 years because I only use I had that. I had that 1 million. Matter of fact, here's how I bought it. I was buying Versace in the blue square bottle, and you could get another one. You could get 2 bottles of whatever it was for $100 or something. And that Paco 1 million was one of the ones I could choose. I said, well, give me that. And oh man, it was good. One of my favorites. Yeah, I did that. That Paco. But yeah, when you pour, it's hard to invest, man, because you need your money. You're living from, you're living from paycheck to paycheck. China says, if you take a Filipino to the U.S., why wouldn't she learn to think like the people there? Well, see, that's the problem, though, China. You don't want a Filipino American. You want a Filipina. You know, that's just me, and that's just the guys I talk to. The innocence, man, leaves them. You know, when they go there, a lot of the innocence. You can look, if you don't believe me, look at their Facebook posts. It's all about, you know, the houses, the cars, the furniture, the jobs. They become Americanized, man, and you know, it's crazy, but that's what happens. Hey, Sean McMahon says, I'm going on a weed run, Calvin. I'll try to help someone. Take care, everyone. Ampy. Hey, thanks, Sean. I appreciate that super chat. Yeah, you know, one of them weed runs, man. I put that in there for a reason, man, because it's true. My brother's probably going on one of them weed runs right now for help. He ain't trying to help nobody. He's over there paranoid. You know how you be paranoid, because it's not all the way legal in Kentucky. You know, you paranoid, you go, you know, you've been smoking weed, it's got you paranoid. You go up to the weed man's house or wherever you're going to meet him, you're looking around, you paranoid. Then you paranoid your whole ride home. Every light behind you is the police. I've been through all that before, man. I don't want that anymore. I mean, really, that's crazy. Sam Champion says, I agree, Calvin. I don't want a Filipino from America. If you ever met one, man, you'll see. Plus, they're not going to give you any play. It's okay. Next time you see a Filipino, I don't care if you live in California or Kentucky, try to speak to one of them. Try to pick up on them and see what happens. You're going to get that. You're going to get the thumbs down. And I guarantee you, she'll look right through you like you crazy. You better get away from me. Elder Dwayne Harden, it's an elder saying this. He said, Calvin, you're so right. It's better to get a Filipino in the Philippines, not one in the USA. It's different attitude. Yeah, all together. I mean, really, imagine, okay, this is a true story. Because all the Filipinos in Louisville, Kentucky and surrounding, you know, they come to that mass, you know, it's once a month they get to have it. So I'm sitting there, man, they pulling up in Jaguars, Mercedes, BMWs. One lady had a Maserati. You think you got a chance with somebody like that? Absolutely not. They're going to be just like the women that they turn in, just like the women that you're running from. Yeah, Lynn San Diego, she says, haha, you guys want a vintage 100%. P9, absolutely. That's why we come here. That's the whole joy of it, because they're going to get Americanized over there, and you're just going to have a beautiful American woman, but she's going to lose all the qualities. You know, like I told you, I'm not friends with my son's mother on Facebook. I could be, but I don't want her meddling on my page, so I won't friend her. But she's not smart enough to block all the privacy stuff, and I go on her page from time to time just to see if she's coming here. She hasn't been here in 5 years to see our son. And boy, she's like night and day. If I didn't know her already, I would not recognize her, man. I can't believe it. This little shy, timid young lady, she's beautiful now, that I met from the mountains of Llanos in Naga City in Cebu, to turn out to be this woman. You could have never, ever convinced me of that. But she's nothing like she was. That's y'all. She's got all these nice purses, the latest fashions, you know. Hey, thanks, Jason Johnson, for that super chat. Super stick. I really appreciate it. She is totally like night and day, man, you know. The last email that I received from her was maybe about 6 months ago. And she says, we were something going back and forth for some reason. She said, I was asking about a divorce or something. She said, yeah, I'm divorced now. I'm single and I can do anything I want over here. And I could not, I about fell out of bed. We're texting back and forth. I could not believe it. That's how much she's changed, man. I don't want none parts of that. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, I don't want any parts of that, man, you know. And, but I can say this. She hasn't changed when it comes to taking care of her family. They don't change from that. She built them a beautiful house over here. She worked 2 jobs until she got that house built. So I took my hat to her for that. But they'll change as far as the men they won't. Yeah, when they get over there, they're not going to want some old guy like me, you know, unless I got plenty of money. And they don't even care about that because they're going to work themselves now. Everything changes, man. Yeah, Scott Anderson said, it's sad she come to the West and got sucked into believing some field girl over here only later to dump my buddy and end up working the streets later. Wow. It says, Soul School Music Lover said, men in the USA are a dying breed all over TV, even sports. Yeah. And see, I came up in an era where, you know, you were not afraid of the blowback. You know, you said what you meant and you meant what you said. Then the next day you didn't go on TV and I didn't mean that. Well, what do you mean you didn't mean it? You said it. You meant it. But now this is the type of craziness that's going on in America, man. I'm not bashing America. I'm just telling you what's going on in our society. When I was growing up, men stood for what they believed in. They said what they said, man, and they meant it. Frank Ellis said she got corrupted, Cal. Yeah, that money will corrupt you. You know, remember my video yesterday that irreconcilable differences is going to be one of the reasons that money is going to be one of the reasons that you're going to have problems with your Filipino. Here or there. Because she's going to have access to more money now that she never had before. And money will change you, man. That's just the truth. Hey, Michael said he's going to be in the Philippines in a couple of months. We're looking forward to meeting up so we can chop it up. Stay real, brother. Thanks, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm supposed to be going to get my son down there in Mindanao. If it's not too difficult, man. So I'd hate to go there, do 2 weeks quarantine, do the swab test and all that, then turn around, have to do it all again to come back here. That's too much, man. Rudy Magellana says, you're right, Calvin. My ex is like that. When I met her, she was shy and all of that. Then later she changed to be independent and everything else. By the way, after she divorced me, she married a bro. Yeah. They move on quick, even over here. And they will shut the door on you and won't even acknowledge you anymore. That's the way they do over here. And I don't agree with that. See, that's where that irreconcilable differences come in. You know, you're so different, you know, that you can't make it work sometimes. And that's where the culture clash, man. See, I don't care. Like my ex-wife that I was together for 18 years, we got 4 daughters together. even though we'll walk past each other going down the aisle in Kroger. If I needed to talk to her, if I needed something, a favor or something like that, she would do it. A Filipino, when they slam the door, you ain't getting back in. They're not even going to talk to you. You can't even see the kids. Man, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you now. My son, if I were not the person I was, it's the only reason I'm able to see my son in Cebu. You know, his mother then told those people, her family, that I was going to take my son, I was going to kidnap him and take him back to the United States. Don't let me take him out of their eyesight. And for 10 years, I haven't been able to do that. I can't even if I want to see my son, I got to go up there in them mountains. He's going to meet me down at the metro, at the mall, you know, at that little mall down there. He won't even come. They won't even bring him in the city of Cebu. They'll tell me it's too far. Now, damn it, I done flew 8,000 miles. It's not too far, but I don't want any problems over here. But that's what she told them. See, she did. Let me tell you something, man. And we'll go on to something else. She did this on purpose. She did not teach my son English because she wanted us to go like this. But see, here's what she had for bad, nature has for good. My son's one of the smartest in his class. Learned English like that. And now we're as close as ever. I've become his idol. I've become his hero. See, what she tried to turn for bad, turned to good. But that's the way they do you, man. You got to be careful, man. Over here, when you have kids with these women, man, they don't play fair, man. Hey, Michael Dorseyville, thanks for that super sticker. Man, is her family still down in Zimbabwe? Because I may be there when you get there. We could rip that boat and go over to Santa Cruz Island because a lot of the locals are afraid to go over there because you have to have a police escort and all that. They're afraid the rebels are going to get them, but it's okay over there now. It's a beautiful place. But yeah, be careful, man. When you have children by Filipinos, if you're not going to stay with them, it's going to be trouble with you and them kids. Hey, Michael Cosby says, my ex-Filipino's father was very insistent that I become a Catholic before I married her. That didn't happen. I refused. I am Baptist Christian. Yeah, a lot of them are like that, but I've never ran into that. I really don't know what the difference is because I do know this, that Filipino Catholicism is different from the Catholicism over there. They mix a little bit of their culture and traditions in with the Catholic religion here because I've never seen so many statues in the churches over there like I do here. I mean, human statues, and then they got them enclosed in glass, and the people rub on the glass. They do all kind of stuff, man, that I never seen over there in America with Catholicism. Now, I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, any Catholics in here from America, let me know. Pistol Whip said, no worries, Calvin, he won't be a boy forever. We worked through it, man. You know, see, I take care of my son. And that's another reason she left him over here. She's over there living her best life. She's got two sons, one by me, one by her Filipino boyfriend before. And she's living her best life over because she knew as long as he's here, I was going to take care of him. See, I'm a source of income for her family. Man, Filipinos are a lot of things, but they're not stupid, man. Okay? So don't come over here thinking that they're stupid. You know, now I gave it to her because I was mad at her first. But when I brought my wife over to the United States and saw how hard it was to kind of get acclimated, I gave her a year or two. But now it's been 5 years. Well, actually, she went to the United States in 2013. So it's been 8 years. She's never brought them over there. And it's been 5 years since the last time she's seen them. She's been to the Philippines because she'll come up with every excuse it is. But, you know, that's just how it is, man. You know, we don't know the half of about these women that we think that we do, man. You know, we think we know them, but you don't. Scott Anderson said, you want to see radical Catholic system? He said, check out Brazil. I think they all put that little spin on it, but they definitely got the spin here. Then they got the baby Jesus here. It's called, I forgot his name, but it's the baby Jesus. And they really, I mean, he's sacred over here. Don't fool with him. John messes with his girlfriend all the time. Talk about that little baby doll. Boy, they don't play with that. Well, Dickie, we're not, I'm telling you my experience. See, that's where you got that wrong. I'm not painting all Filipinos, but I will tell you, you don't know these women like you think they do. And if you do, then go ahead. I'm not painting anybody with anything. I'm telling you my experience. And I'm not going to make the same mistakes over and over. Yeah, Santo Nino, that's it. I mean, but, you know, I give you your opinion, sir, just to keep from arguing. Yeah, baby Jesus is Santo Nino, yeah. Hey, Sal, what's up, brother? How's your foot? Hope you're getting better, man. Scott Anderson said Jesus was a mythical story about an astrological figure and placed in the night sky, not a real person on earth. I've read that, I've heard that, but you're not going to get started on religion on my channel, man. Oh my God. Frank Ellis says, I tell anybody, I'm straight up red pill here in America. I'm just trying to survive. See, I never understood the red pill, blue pill thing over here, but when you get over here, Frank, I know you've been here before, I believe. You better have you some gullibility insurance because they don't care about the red pill. They don't care about men going their own way. They don't care about none of that stuff over here. You better have some gullibility insurance. That's the truth. Oh, okay, Sal says I have surgery Friday. Keep me in your prayers. Oh, yeah, brother. Cornelius Hill, what's up, brother? Yeah, Lynn Mead, I'm not on religion and politics or sports anymore. That's the truth. Our sports anymore, because where I come from, man, we'll argue about anything. Hey, thanks, Elder Dwayne Hall. He said, God bless my brother. Take care. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I'm going to be getting off here shortly, too. Texas American Tourist said, you look like a Marine. Now, I was actually Navy because I didn't want that Marine boot camp, to be honest with you. I wanted the easier, softer way. So I chose the Navy. And boy, there ain't nothing easy about being out on that water, you know, on one of them ships for 60, 70 days. Stephen K. said, you take the blue pill, you return to your slumber. You take the red pill, you wake up and see the world for what it really is. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, then, hell, I must be a red pill then. But over here, they don't care about that. Especially men going their own way. These Filipinos are having you saying, are you going my way? Red Sith Lloyd said the red pill is gullibility insurance. No, it ain't. They don't care if you red pill or not. You run into somebody, you run in the back of somebody, a car, while you riding around that motorcycle drinking your red pill juice. And you're going to see what gullibility is. You run over somebody, you know, anything like that. Or you get falsely accused of a crime. They don't give a damn about no red pill over here. You better have some gullibility insurance. You better have about 100,000 pesos set up to the side because it'll make a lot of things disappear over here. 100,000. Frank Ellis said, no, Cal, the red pill drops when I leave America. You don't need that way of thinking away from America. Oh, man, thank you. That's crazy. Hey, hit the like button, J. Andy John says. Yeah, man, I went to the Navy. I wanted the easiest off the way, man. I'm going to tell you, and the boot camp was so easy. I don't think we did calisthenics but 3 times in the whole, I think I was there 8 or 9 weeks. That's why you see a lot. You should see a lot. I don't know what it is today, guys. We're talking about 1981 when I went in. You see a lot of out of shape Navy men. You know, I don't care what rank they were. Red Silk Lloyd said that's scam insurance. Yeah, same thing. You're gonna need it over here, brother. Gregory Calhoun says Sunshine was told Manila is nice. It is. You know, Manila's nice as far as being able to enjoy all the comforts of home. If you like the nightlife, I love Manila. I wouldn't live there though because I can't deal with the traffic. But yeah, I love Manila. You know, so if you go downtown Manila by the Baywalk, I'm gonna tell you what it kind of reminds me of. Now I could be crazy. It sort of reminds me of Magnificent Mile or downtown San Francisco or something like that. Clayton Murray said gullibility insurance. That's a Calvinism. It is. I'm gonna do a whole video on it, guys, because we need it over here. Phil Burns says, I've been with a wonderful Filipino for 6 years. Obviously, you still on your honeymoon, man. I'm 64, she's 42. Our relationship is built on a realistic agreement. I provide for her welfare financially, and she takes care of me with affection. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's about as real as someone's ever explained it, Phil Burns, because that's the nitty gritty right there, what he gave y'all. And that's the reality of it over here, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see, you know what, here's what I always say. What 2 consenting adults agree on is nobody's business. And that's really what it is over here. But, you know, he says, you know, our relationship is built on a real